You're scrolling through social media on a random Tuesday morning, and suddenly, LeBron James drops a video. He's sitting in a chair, middle of a gym, wearing almost the exact same striped shirt from 2010. The caption reads, "The decision of all decisions." Your heart stops. Is this it? Is the king finally hanging up the crown? For millions of fans worldwide, that sinking feeling in their chest was real. Because when you've watched someone dominate basketball for over 2 decades, when you've invested emotionally in every championship run and every heartbreaking loss, the idea of them walking away hits different. But here's the twist nobody saw coming. LeBron James has always understood something most athletes never quite grasp: the power of spectacle. Back in 2010, he turned a free agency decision into an hour-long television event that practically broke the internet before breaking the internet was even a thing. The decision became one of the most infamous moments in sports history, not because of what he chose, but because of how he chose to reveal it. Fast forward to now, and he's at it again. The teaser video dropped, hashtag included, hashtag the second decision. Social media exploded. Sports talk shows cleared their segments. Ticket prices for the Lakers' final home game against Utah skyrocketed overnight. People were genuinely preparing themselves for the end of an era, and that's exactly what LeBron was counting on. When Tuesday morning arrived, the decision finally dropped. LeBron sat across from an unidentified interviewer, the setup mirroring that 2010 moment down to the smallest details. The tension built. And then he announced he was taking his talents to Hennessy. Not retirement, not a farewell tour announcement, a cognac partnership. The internet had been played. Some fans laughed it off, appreciating the self-aware humor. Others, not so much. Because when you're emotionally invested in someone's career, when you've been bracing yourself for the inevitable goodbye, finding out that it was all a marketing stunt stings a little. Now let's pump the brakes on the outrage for a second. It's easy to call this move tone-deaf or insensitive, but let's be brutally honest. If you had the opportunity to secure a massive endorsement deal just by filming a clever commercial that plays on your own legacy, you'd do it too. We all would. LeBron didn't become a billionaire by accident. He's built an empire off calculated branding moves, and this cognac partnership is just another brick in that wall. The man understands his value, and he's squeezing every dollar out of his remaining years in the spotlight. But here's where things get complicated. Those fans who panic-bought tickets to what they thought might be his final home game, they're out serious money. And unless LeBron actually does announce this as his last season at some point, they might feel pretty foolish come April. There's precedent for this kind of thing playing out differently. When Kobe Bryant decided to retire, he didn't tease it on social media for weeks. He dropped a poem on the Players Tribune in late November 2015, and suddenly the entire basketball world knew. This was the farewell tour. What followed was one of the most beautiful send-offs in sports history. Every arena gave him standing ovations. Opposing players treated games against the Lakers like pilgrimages. And that final game against Utah where Kobe dropped 60 points at 37 years old became the stuff of legend. LeBron could still go that route. He could announce tomorrow, next month, or mid-season that this is his last dance. The question is whether he wants that kind of farewell tour, or if he'd rather slip away on his own terms without the emotional circus. What's undeniable is that LeBron has always needed the spotlight in a way few athletes do. That's not a criticism, it's just who he is. From the tattoos to the social media presence, to the way he orchestrates his own narratives, everything is calculated for maximum impact. This retirement card he's playing with, it's powerful leverage. Every time he hints at hanging it up, the basketball world stops and listens. Every cryptic Instagram post gets analyzed like ancient scripture. He knows this, and he's going to milk it for everything it's worth. But there's a limit to how many times you can cry wolf before people stop caring. At some point, the announcements lose their weight, the teasers become noise, and when the real retirement finally comes, it might land with less impact than it should. For the hardcore LeBron supporters, this whole situation represents a weird emotional roller coaster. On one hand, they're relieved. He's not retiring yet, which means more time to watch greatness. On the other hand, they feel a little manipulated, because their genuine emotions about his potential departure were used as fuel for a marketing campaign. That's the price of fandom in the modern era. Athletes aren't just players anymore, they're brands. And when you're dealing with someone as business savvy as LeBron, the line between authentic moments and calculated content gets blurry. The haters, of course, are having a field day. This gives them fresh ammunition to call him corny, to mock his need for attention, to claim he's still living in 2010. But honestly, those people were never going to give him credit regardless of what he did. Here's the thing about LeBron James eventually retiring. When it actually happens, it's going to hurt for millions of people. Not because of a commercial or a marketing campaign, but because an entire generation will have to accept that their greatest player is truly done. Maybe he's laughing at us all right now, sipping that Hennessy while reading the reactions. Maybe he genuinely thought this was clever, self-aware humor. Or maybe he's testing the waters, seeing how the world responds to even the possibility of him being gone. One day the decision will be real. One day there won't be another season, another game, another chance to watch the king operate. Until then, we're just all passengers on whatever ride LeBron decides to take us on. And something tells me he's got a few more surprises left before the final curtain call.